got Scott Bauer. He's the CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. Joining us for a look at a few he's got his eye on. Scott, welcome. First up, you've got Best Buy. Good afternoon. Best Buy to a new high, Scott, above 88 last I looked. I saw Loop Capital reiterated the buy rating, but raised their price target on Best Buy to 100. They cited prices relative to Amazon, which they called very competitive heading into the holiday season.
You know, I look at a stock like this, and it really comes down to, Ben, is the consumer still spending, and the initial numbers that we're seeing for what they've spent for the holiday season across the board, pretty good.
Yeah.
So, you know, if we see that the consumer, which has been basically the backbone of this economy for this year, is still robust, is still out there spending, has you know, maybe even over exceeded what the expectations were for this holiday season, then yeah, I agree with this call.
Yeah, this stock's up on the day by about 2% right now. A new high print up to 88.84. Scott, you know, I was talking semiconductors earlier with somebody in the office. I'm actually going to take a look at the semiconductor index later on today. It's my chart of the day. I'd imagine this all feeds in together. I mean, the tech-heavy lives that we live right now. I mean, all of us have gadgets in our pockets. We have devices at our desks. I mean, we're very dependent on these, and Best Buy is the one source where you can find almost all of it.
No doubt about it. I mean, it's real easy to go on Amazon and order something, but if you want to see, feel, you know, touch, try something out, that's really the go-to is Best Buy. I mean, I know I use it all the time, and I think it's great. I like this call a lot.
All right, another reflection in terms of consumers' health and well-being. Let's talk Carvana, ticker symbol CVNA. Citi's analysts actually raised their price target on Carvana from 95 to 120. They kept them as a buy rating. I saw them up to, look like 99.19 today, currently trading up on the day by 4%. What are you seeing, Scott?
You know, what's interesting about this upgrade is not just that they put a 120 price target, but I think there was some, you know, notion that the real value of this company is like $280 or something. You know, I'm not so sure about that. This is a stock that definitely trades with momentum, and it'll be real interesting to see what CarMax does, because CarMax results are coming up here, and you know, they're really in the same space. CarMax probably a little bit bigger of a name. You know, I would be a little bit cautious, quite frankly. I know there's an upgrade here, and I think maybe that's why you're seeing the stock trade off of those highs, which were a couple dollars higher than where we are right now.
All right, let's talk about another stock that you've got on your radar today. It looks like Conagra. They were on the move in reaction to earnings. Am I right?
Absolutely. And you know what? This is a stock that was left for dead for the longest time. And, you know, they reported, and the report was not fantastic. It was a beat year over year with some decent outlook. So to me, this run up today is a lot of shorts getting caught, a big short squeeze here, even in a stock like Conagra. And if you look at the option space today, Ben, massive amount of call buying, even with this big rally here.
Interesting. This spike is something else on the daily time frame, up to 34.73, currently trading up on the day by 17.5%. Let's take a look at the earnings, because we've got those results here to show. Taking a look at EPS, Scott, which, as you mentioned, did beat estimates of 57 cents a share. We got 63, revenue of 2.82. Looks like that was in line with expectations, but you can see the numbers this quarter topped last quarter as well. These are pretty good results, and you can see why they're seeing quite the bid come into play here. This is one to keep an eye on into the new year. Scott, this move has them back to levels they haven't seen since November of 2018.
Exactly. I mean, we're looking, you know, just over a year here. And like I said, the surprising thing to me on this move is not only the velocity behind it, but if you look at the option activity today, I mean, it call out of this world call buying here.
All right, I want to pull up a weekly time frame to show our viewers what I've got my eye on, Scott. This run-up gets it right into the lower extreme of a range that they were in mostly throughout 2017 and throughout 2018 before that huge sell-off down to the 2022 level. Scott, when you see a stock like this run up into the $34 level, first of all, you've got to question sustainability in terms of a move like this. Again, a 18% move. In addition to that, you've got to be focused on some of the resistance that it's running into. What are you going to be looking for into next week, into the new year, in terms of residual or as the dust settles on this move?
Yeah, I bet we get a continuation here. I wouldn't be surprised to see, you know, 36 or so, but that's an area where I'd probably, if you're in this and long this, you got to be looking to take some profits and maybe even initiate a short position at that point.
All right, this is going to be interesting also because it looks like there's a little bit of a trend line that comes into play if they continue this move up right around potentially the $36 level. Scott, this is a great breakdown and a great look at a few names that you've got your eye on. We'll keep our eye on into the end of the week and into the end of the year as well. Traders, that's Scott Bauer. He's the CEO of Prosper Trading Academy, joining us to talk a few names that he's watching and thinks you should as well. We're going to take a quick break.